Miss Homemaker, we're here today, and your mother bought this wooden bowl. She found it at a yard sale, but you can see how it's all dry, and it needs conditioning. So what we're going to do is we're going to take raw linseed oil that I use for my wood spoons to cure my wood spoons. This is something you can do on your wood spoons, your wood bowls, your cutting boards. They all need to be done from time to time in order to keep them in good condition so that they're able to be used for years to come and even possibly hand down to other generations. Raw linseed oil is food grade, and what that means is it can come in contact with food, like on your spoons and your bowl. So you can't just use any kind of oil. It has to be a food grade oil that can come in contact with food, okay? And raw linseed oil is a good oil for that. There are several other type oils that you can use. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but this is what I've chosen. So really all we need to do is just pour a little bit of the linseed oil into the bowl. We don't want to pour too much because we want to do just a little bit at a time. Okay, and then we can take some paper towels or a rag, if you'd rather use a rag, and you just kind of rub it around the bowl. Rub the whole bowl and completely coat the bowl. We want to do inside and out. Okay, and see how it makes it a little bit darker. And that lets us know that we have it coated well, because look here, see, there's what the inside looks like. See how much darker it is? And there's what it looks like without being done. So you can see that it's conditioned well. So we'll do the same thing on the outside, because we want the outside to be conditioned well also. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of this that's on the top here, and if you want to just take it and just start rubbing around and get the whole thing coated well. And if we need to get a little more oil, we can. Now, one thing, a safety tip that I need to tell you about linseed oil: when you get through rubbing down your bowl or your spoons or your cutting block, the rag or paper towel that you use, you need to find somewhere where you can let it out or lay it out to air dry, because as linseed oil dries, it creates a lot of heat and it can combust and start a fire. So after you get through doing this, you want to make sure that you take your towels and lay them out to where they can get plenty of air. So like this right here, I'll probably take it outside into my shop and just open it up and probably lay it across something like this so that it can dry. Because if it's all mashed up together and just throw it in the trash, as it dries, it can combust on you. So that's one thing that you have to be careful of. We need some more oil, don't we? Alright, so let's get a little more oil. See how we're doing? We're just, so you can see how much darker the bowl is. So now that's really good. That way when we use the bowl and we get ready to clean up, it's going to make the cleanup a whole lot easier, because one thing you don't want to do with wooden bowls is you really don't want to use a whole lot of water, maybe just a little bit to get whatever was in the bowl out, but you don't want to use a whole lot of water. Now we're going to go ahead and do a wooden spoon too, and I'm going to let Little Miss Homemaker do that. And now once you finish this, you'll need to set it aside somewhere, preferably where on a rack or something, like Mom's baking rack, so that it can have air circulation all the way around it, so that it can dry up and cure well. Because if we just set it down here, well, then we're going to have an issue with the bottom. So we want air to circulate all around it.
Or could you just put it outside?
We could put it outside, but we need to we need to set it on something. You know, we don't want to set it on the counter because the bottom's not going to dry. So we want to set it on a rack so that air can get to every part of it. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to just pour a little bit of oil in the spoon. Try not to make a mess. Oh, like that.
Like you just did?
Yeah, like I just did, right? Well, if you don't tell Mom, I won't. Okay, so if you'll just take your towel here and just kind of soak up the oil that's in the spoon real softly so we don't. Okay, now just start rubbing the whole spoon. Rub inside. You don't have to rub hard. You just want to coat it. Okay, look here. You go ahead and do the edges. Okay.
So how do you? So are you supposed to touch this, or?
It's fine. It's just oil. You can wash your hands when you get through. All right, there you go. So now you know how to protect your wooden utensils and bowls that you use in the kitchen. But like I said, most importantly, please make sure you lay these out to dry so that they don't combust and catch on fire. That's very important. You can catch us on Instagram and YouTube at Homekeeping Book. Let's see, I think you can subscribe below and watch other videos. So we will see you next time.
Bye.
See ya.